Hey, what's going on? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out Royalty Hero by Sean Dolwett, and perhaps you are wondering whether you can become a Kindle publisher and make money this way. All right, let's talk all about Royalty Hero. How much does it cost? The modules, the training, how good it is. Can you really make money with Kindle publishing? And again, refunds and all the details of the Royalty Hero program. Okay. Now, at any time, if you want to get my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 100% from home, go ahead and click the link below, and I'm happy to send my strategy to you for free straight to your email if you would like to check that out. All right. Now, let's take a look at Royalty Hero. I have reviewed hundreds of different courses online, all sorts of different business models, everything from drop shipping, Amazon FBA, Kindle publishing, affiliate marketing, MLM, and all sorts of different make money online websites, right? Surveys, video ads, things like that. And some of them are great and you can potentially make a lot of money, but some of them are an absolute waste of time. You make tiny bits of money, and some of them are straight up just scams. So let's take a look at Royalty Hero to find out what this is exactly. Should you be investing your time in Royalty Hero, and can you make money with Kindle publishing? All right. So first of all, let's talk about the creator, Sean Dolwett. Very, very successful publisher. Millionaire, sold his publishing business back in 2021, and this is his actual course on how he actually created a digital publishing, self-publishing business. Okay, so if you're interested in writing and selling digital books on Amazon, for example, or getting money and royalties for that, this might be something that you might be interested in. Okay, so let's just kind of go through it a little bit so that you understand exactly what you're getting. All right, so let's just come to the checkout page right here. All right, so first of all, we'll talk about the price. It's $1,997. They have a pay plan of $597, 4 months of that. Okay, so it comes just over $2,000, right? So it's not the cheapest program. It's not the most expensive program. It's somewhere in the middle. All right, about $2,000. Not everybody can afford $2,000, unfortunately, for a course like this, but it is a decent course. All right, so it really just depends on your personal budget. But in terms of what they're going to teach you, first of all, they're going to teach you all about the mindset of how to get started. That's very important as an entrepreneur. You're building an online business. You have to really understand that, right? He talks about choosing your niche. He's got a free gift that he gives you, 150 profitable niches that you can tap into as a writer and a self-publisher, right? Creating your best-selling book, how to actually write it. He talks a lot about using ghostwriters, right? So how do you hire a ghostwriter to write your book for you? So you don't necessarily need to be a great writer in order to deploy this strategy, which I think is very cool, right? Because if you had to be a good writer, then you would be screwed, because not everybody writes well, and that means that only great writers can use this course. But he shows you how to outsource that, which I think is great if you want to build a real business, right? How do you launch your book? How do you launch your book? How do you do Amazon ads? So Amazon ads is very specific, right? On the Amazon platform, if you go to the book section, you'll see different listings of books depending on different niches, different categories of your book. Is it a self-help book? Is it a fiction, non-fiction, that sort of thing, right? And you have to spend money on advertising in order to get higher placements, right? That's how people find you. So he talks all about Amazon ads. Yes, it does mean that you have to spend a little bit of money on advertising. We'll talk about that in a minute, right? And then he also talks about how to build your audience so that you can do something called book stacking. Okay, so that is a term that Sean Dolwett came up with. That's how he had a lot of success. Book stacking is basically releasing a bestseller and then releasing another bestseller, releasing another bestseller, and then tapping into your audience who knows you so that you can continue to build your brand and build your influence so that people decide to buy a lot more books with you. Okay. Module 7, he talks all about audiobooks. How do you go beyond Amazon? How do you then take your books that are already written, turn them into audiobooks, and then launch them into the market so you can make even more money? How do you scale and build your team, right? How do you hire people? How do you automate the process? That sort of thing. How do you publish more books? How do you create automation? How do you spend more money on advertising? So he covers all of that, okay? So really start to finish on how to create a best-selling book, how to write it out, how to get it all branded, how to launch it on Amazon, how to do all the advertising so people see your stuff, how to build an audience, how to automate. It is a very step-by-step, end-to-end program, and that's why it costs $2,000, right? And on top of that, he has a Facebook group, he has live calls that he does with you, right, which is really cool, okay? Facebook Mastermind, you get 4 one-on-one coaching calls. There are tools and templates that you can use as well, right? So the 150 niches, for example, is one of those templates. He has a few other templates that he offers as well. And all of that will be 1997. Is there a refund? Yes, there is a 90-day refund, all right? It is action-based. That means that in order for you to ask for your refund and get it successfully, you must have at least completed 50% of his course, which is fair, and you must have at least published one book on Amazon. If you haven't published one book or you haven't gone through 50% of the course, you're not going to be able to get your refund back. I think that's perfectly fine because listen, if you're going to be buying any sort of course online to learn to build a business, look, if you're not serious about it, if you're not going to go through the info, please don't invest in that course because you're wasting the coach's time and you're wasting your own time, right? Only buy something if you're going to be committed to the process. If you're just shopping around and you don't want to actually build something and be successful, then I would say don't invest in anything. Just keep doing what you're doing, stay in your 9-to-5 job. That's okay, by the way. But if you're going to buy something, please be serious about it, all right? So that's the way that his refund works. Now, the big question is, can you make money with this strategy, okay? Now, first of all, Royalty Hero is a great program, okay? Sean's a great guy. He's got a lot of testimonials with this particular type of strategy, right? So there's nothing wrong with the course, right? There's a Facebook group, good community in there. He does the live training. He's got all the bonuses, the templates. He's got a refund policy. Not the cheapest program out there, but you get what you pay for. All right, if you're going to pay $2,000 for a program, it is a good program for $2,000, right? Over the shoulder, step by step, really good. Not everybody can afford it, but that's okay. If you can, it is definitely a good program. The question is creating an Amazon Kindle book going to make you money, right? So there are a few caveats here, okay? It's not that the business model can't make you money. It can, right? But just like a lot of business models out there, you're going to have to massage the business model, right? It's not a guaranteed success. With everything, there is a challenge. You're going to have to build it out slowly. You're going to have to work through it, right? You're going to have to get, obviously, the support and the help, okay? The other thing that you have to understand about this business is there are two main things here, right? The first thing is how good your book is and how you're getting it written. If you use a ghostwriter to write your books, you need to spend money on the ghostwriters. Now, they're not going to do it for free. So a book that's going to be written by a ghostwriter will cost between $500 and $1,000 per book that you decide to get someone to hire and write for you, all right? So if you don't have any more budget beyond the $2,000 for the program, you're not going to be able to launch this business, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is you need to spend money on your ads. All right, so in order for you to get better listings, higher rankings for your book, you must spend money on ads. All right, and so you need a little bit of a budget every single month to run Amazon ads. Again, I would say between $500 and $1,000. So if you want to get into this program, $2,000. If you want to write a ghost-written book, I would say $500 to $1,000. And again, if you want to run ads to do this properly, you need another $500 to $1,000 per month in order to do this right. So minimum, I would say you need at least $4,000 to launch this strategy. Okay, if you don't have at least $4,000, this strategy is not going to work. Okay, and that's okay, by the way. $4,000 compared to a lot of other brick and mortar, old school, traditional business strategies, this is like a drop in the ocean. It's not expensive at all. But unfortunately, not everybody has $4,000 lying around. Just so that you know, and I'm upfront with it, that's basically how much it's going to cost to operate a business. I would probably have a little bit more extra just in case it doesn't get successful in your first 1, 2, or 3 months, right? Look, if you're going to get into business, you need to do it smart, right? And that's why, Sean's got the mindset, module right at the start, right? I would budget a little bit more just in case it takes a little bit longer than expected for you to get the sales that you need in order to cover your cost, right? So I would say, $5,000 or more, just for safety, right? In order for you to do this strategy properly. If you don't even have that, I wouldn't even bother launching a business because it does cost a little bit of money to launch a business. Now, the big question is as well, how much can you potentially make from actually publishing your own books? If you really want to be successful with this strategy, you can't launch just one book. All right, you would need to be like the luckiest person in the world, okay, to launch one book and make a ton of money. You will need to launch several books over a period of time. Every book that you launch, you have to pay $500 to $1,000 for a ghostwriter to write it. You need to advertise it again. So these are the additional costs that are going to be involved, right? Just understand that. But if you're okay to do that, you can potentially make $5,000 to $10,000, maybe more over the long term per month if you do the strategy properly. So a very viable strategy. It's not the easiest strategy out there, but it is viable if you have the right budget, if you have the tenacity to go through it, massage it, get it right. Royalty Hero is a great program for that if you want to check that out. Okay, you can head over here to royaltyhero.com and check out Sean's program if you'd like to write a self-published book on Amazon Kindle. All right, I hope you enjoyed this review. Listen, if you're here watching this video right now, maybe you're looking for a way to generate more income online. Maybe you're not specifically looking to be a Kindle publisher. You're just in research mode, right? So you're looking around, you're trying to figure out, how can I build an income online? What sort of online business should I build? And I was in your position in 2009, which is a long time ago, researched all sorts of business models, have tried many different business models and failed in a lot of them, have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my skill set, right? And trying a lot of different courses, business models, free and paid online websites, things like that. And some of them are great and some of them are very difficult. And out of all of them, there's still one particular business model that I love. I still think that it's the most straightforward. It's, I think, the most simple, most, least amount of moving parts, very profitable, and anyone can do this from anywhere in the world. So I think it's the easiest way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month and more. So if you would like to check out that strategy, just click the link below and I'll send you that strategy for free to your email if you would like to check that out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this review of Royalty Hero, and I hope to see you on another product review. Take care.